Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Chris Massimo back again with some more Apex Legends gameplay. Hope you guys are doing well today, and man, do we have a video for you guys. So, as far as you guys know, Rank Split has finally came into the game, and obviously we were able to go ahead and get reset, so I decided to take some time to go ahead and grind out some ranked for you guys. So as you can see, we are starting off in silver lobbies. Of course, you know, we were only able to make it throughout platinum, and I believe platinum 4 since the reset. So it's a little unfortunate because of course I do want to go ahead and push for like diamond and masters, but it's just a little difficult, especially with my schedule, and I can't really balance out the time. But for the most part, we are pretty content with just staying exactly where we are as of right now, just until we can free up some more time. But for the most part, guys, you guys should be enjoying, of course, today's video. I hope that you guys do. It was very intense, especially towards the late game. But with that being said, stay tuned for the ending. Hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next 10 seconds. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So as you can see, obviously like I mentioned previously, we are starting off the game within silver, and I just want to go ahead and just explain to you guys, especially since Tuesday is coming up very soon. By the time that you guys see this video, it will be Monday, but I'm just super excited. I'm so excited to finally see that Cossac's getting an heirloom, especially since he's one of the, I wouldn't say the mains that I use, but obviously just the person in particular that I like to use when it comes to ranked. But of course, just the fact that crossplay is finally here. We get to see so many different things that are coming into the game, especially with new skins, new game modes, and honestly, I just feel like Apex is going within the right direction moving forward, and I'm just really excited to see exactly where it goes. For the most part, though, as for crossplay, I'm just super excited just for the fact that I finally get to play with people that are on PlayStation. And yeah, it shouldn't really be too big of a difference, I would say, but for the most part, you have to understand that there may be, of course, a skill gap, between PC, PS4, and Xbox players. Of course, I hear that people say that PS4 players are a lot better, and I just want to really experience that. But what's also really cool is that a lot of streamers and a lot of YouTube creators that I know that play console actually play on PS4. So I think it'd be just really cool being able to go ahead and experience that. But how cool would it be to go ahead and just finally be able to say, hey, I was able to go ahead and kill that YouTuber, especially since he was inside my same lobby. I think that would be just really cool to go ahead and say. Obviously, it might ruin their gameplay, but hey, at the end of the day, it's just a game. Obviously, they're not going to win every single game possible, but, obviously you can just go ahead and have fun with it. But at the end of the day, honestly, I just want to get better. I just want to have fun, and I just want to see the game keep growing, and of course, the community keep expanding as well. So, obviously, we just have to go ahead and wait and see. I'm actually very curious as to what's going to go ahead and happen within the future, moving forward. But anyways, moving forward, so as I was mentioning previously, and you guys haven't already been able to go ahead and know, so we are playing ranked, and I'm actually playing with a few buddies of mine. I haven't really been able to go ahead and showcase, a few videos with these particular buddies. So I have Manic over here, and of course I have Gar. It was actually pretty funny because I believe one time I was solo queuing, and I don't know if it was actually an LTM or what particular game mode it was, but I actually met these few guys, and I think we ended up playing ranked together. They're actually both from Australia, and it's actually really cool because they go ahead and just teach me what it's like over there, especially since I'm here in the United States. So it's just a big culture difference, I would say. But they're actually really great players, especially when it comes to ranked. They like to go ahead and make sure that they can calculate everything correctly, whether or not we should go ahead and push a match, and they're very intelligent. And of course, the communication is huge, especially in Apex Legends. I will always consistently and constantly say it all the time that Apex Legends is a team-based game. It is not meant for you to go ahead and just push everything solo. If you want to play that, then obviously just go ahead and play Call of Duty or something of that matter. Of course, everyone likes to go ahead and care about individual stats pretty much, but the reason why obviously I'm just ranting a little bit more about it was just because until I was waiting for a few friends to go ahead and hop in ranked with me, I was actually just solo queuing some regular pubs and ranked gameplay, and it was just very frustrating. And I'm not saying just to go ahead and say that I'm a terrible player or that anyone else is a terrible player, but I just hate the fact that other people just want to waste their time looting a lot, or for the most part, if I'm in trouble and I'm obviously pinging that there's an enemy, and you're just going to go ahead and just ping for me to go into a particular direction instead of trying want to help me, and then you're just going to go ahead and trash talk me or message me saying that I'm garbage and I'm losing, when I'm not going to go ahead and go towards your way because there's obviously people in front of me, then, it's just very frustrating, like I said. But enough about that. Like I said, I'm really not trying to go ahead and rant. I just want to go ahead and express that if you ever want to go ahead and consider playing Apex Legends, you just have to put into consideration that it is a team-based games. All of these legends go ahead and work together in a different type of meta or in a different type of way of, obviously making sure that everything connects really well. It just depends on who your loadout is and obviously who you play as, and just, utilize that. Communication is built around this game, obviously with rotations, strategy and everything else as well. So at this particular moment in the game, we are actually communicating with each other. So we were trying to figure out what was the move. This team obviously had the low ground, we had the high ground. We could have honestly been able to go ahead and pick them apart, but we just didn't really have the weapons for that. And my loadout here, I wasn't going to say that I was the most comfortable with it, especially close range. Actually, I did pretty well, but long range wise, the Havoc and the Peacekeeper, just not really my go-to. And it was very unfortunate for me to go ahead and obviously use my ultimate very, very, very early, and maybe I should have been able to go ahead and focus on pushing one individual person a little bit more rather than just splitting up. But of course, we discussed this as a team, and obviously that's what good teammates do. If they end up losing within the game, they just figure out, okay, what could have they done better, obviously what went wrong. And obviously right over here, this lifeline went down, so it was actually really intense because it was a 1v1 situation. So we actually had Gar being able to go ahead and finish off the rest of the teammates, but unfortunately we weren't able to go ahead and get the dub right in this particular match. We did really well, like I had mentioned, but obviously there's just those other situations where you just don't know where the other team's at. Obviously you don't know who you're playing against and everything else, and you're not going to win every 1v1 possible. So it is what it is. Obviously you just have to go ahead and bounce back, and as long as you have a game where you can go ahead and learn something from it. And it's so funny because I never even heard that term whatsoever, even until before I actually started playing with Gar and Manic over here. So I was actually, that's actually very true, and I actually appreciated that gesture, or at least that phrase. So for the most part, this is the second gameplay, and right over here, it was actually really crazy because we could not find anybody, and I'm talking about anybody throughout the entire match. And eventually, we actually just stumbled upon a whole entire team. And I know that you guys have probably experienced that before when it comes to either like Warzone or Apex Legends, where you could be looting the entire game, but the moment that like the final circles are finally just approaching, then all of a sudden you just find like the entire lobby. And then there's times where either you're just going to lose or you're actually just going to go ahead and clutch up and win. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, especially what happened over here, but oh my gosh, it was just super crazy. Like I said, there was just madness going on. And, during those times where there's just madness, obviously you just want to go ahead and just further communicate. Lately, I've been watching a lot of like Twitch videos, especially with all the pro players. And the biggest thing that I like to go ahead and express is just the fact that, they obviously work together, especially with their skill sets, figuring out, okay, what can we do best? How can we work together? And what's the play? And obviously just further communicating, like I was mentioning previously. Right over here, we didn't want to go ahead and push anything. We had the high ground. We had circle. So there was no possible way and no actually other reason why we should go ahead and be pushing any other particular ways. So right over here, I knew that the weak side was actually right behind us, and I figured there might have been a team trying to go ahead and push. So I actually just laid down like a crap ton of traps. And of course, I put down I think at least like 5, but I knew for a fact that if either one team were to go ahead and either trip these traps, or actually if they were to go ahead and shoot them, at least we would know that they would be over there. So it was actually very clutch, I would say, just because obviously when you're a caustic, you're not really going to go ahead and have a team that's going to be pushing you like crazy. So I was just trying to get a good angle at this point, and I did see that the last two teams were right in this corner, so we were actually in a really good spot. So we were able to go ahead and just gatekeep everybody outside of the ring. So my whole mindset was obviously just don't make an aggressive push, and just trying to see if you can just weaken everybody out, and then obviously just push everybody towards my traps. And we did a really good job of making sure that we could do so. It was just very I would say nerve-wracking or very annoying, just the fact that that bloodhound just kept scanning like crazy. And obviously since I started getting a little bit weak, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, let me go ahead and make sure that I can pop this battery really quick, and then obviously see if I can go ahead and get some more shots. But I wish I can go ahead and get some live commentary for you guys sometimes. For the most part, it's actually really cool if I actually could do so, but like I had mentioned, sometimes I just don't really talk throughout the match, or sometimes the other conversations are a little different. And maybe I can start streaming. I mean, who knows? I'll see if I can actually move forward with that. But I ended up going down over here, and the funniest thing happened because Gar was actually coming to go ahead and help us out, and especially so was Manic. But Manic actually pushed to go ahead and help try and get the res on me, and I told him, I was like, no, just push towards ring. And then this Pathfinder rushed him, but Gar was actually in the middle of eating some food at this time. But he actually ended up coming back and obviously going ahead and get that finishing kill, so we were able to go ahead and clutch up the game. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, I would appreciate it if you guys go ahead and consider liking and subscribing, because it really does help me out a lot. But other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day out there. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.